Namaste students, welcome to English class. It's been a while since we had any lectures due to revision, exams and holidays. Now let's start this video session. In this video lecture, we will learn the lesson Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory. This is the fourth lesson in your literature book Honeydew. This is a short story written by infamous Bengali filmmaker Satyajit Ray. He wrote his books in his mother tongue, Bengali, and his works have been translated into many languages including English. The story that is given for us, Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory, is a character-driven story. The entire story revolves around the protagonist Bipin Chaudhary. Before we begin the lesson, let's learn about the time period in which the story takes place. It takes place in the 1960s, and it is needless to say that there were no mobile phones, and even telephones were also rare. So telecommunication was not how it is today. So we have to understand the limitations of that time. Also, we have to know that memory power is different for different age groups. When you are young, you seem to remember so many things. But as you grow old, your memory power gradually deteriorates, and that leads to other complications. I am into my 30s. Even I can sense that my memory is different now. It is totally different from what it was when I was your age. So with age comes problems like senility, dementia and other memory related issues. Now take these two things into context and let's begin the story. The main character, the protagonist of the story is Mr. Bipin Chaudhary. He is often called Bipin Babu and he lives in Calcutta, which is now being called Kolkata. Bipin Chaudhary would buy books at Kalicharan's store in New Market, Calcutta. Every Monday he will buy at least 5 books of different genres like crime stories, ghost stories and thrillers. He will buy 5 books for a week. Buying 5 books a week tells us something about this man, doesn't it? I told you that this is a character-driven story. So the personality traits of this man holds much importance in moving the plot forward. Let's see what kind of a man Bipin Chaudhary is. First, he lived alone. He was a loner. He had no family, but he had servant to take care of his housekeeping works. He was not a good mixer, which means he will talk very little and shy away from people. He only had few friends. Obviously, no surprise there. And he did not like spending time in idle chat. Idle chat means unnecessary or unimportant conversation. Today at the bookstore, he felt that someone was looking at him for a while. When he turned back, he saw a round-faced, meek-looking man. Meek-looking means friendly, non-threatening person. He smiled at him and asked, "You don't recognize me, do you?" Bipin Babu said, "Have we met before?" The man was surprised and said, We met every day for a whole week, and I was the one who arranged a car for you to go to Hadru Falls in Ranchi in the year 1958. My name is Parimal Ghosh. Don't you remember? He asked. Bipin Babu realized that the man has misidentified him for someone else because he had never been to Ranchi. He decided he always wanted to go there several times, but he was never able to go to Ranchi. So he smiled and asked, "Do you know who I am?" Parimal Ghosh said, "Who doesn't know Bipin Chowdhury?" See, now the man is calling Bipin Chowdhury by his name. Now Bipin Babu did not show interest even now. He just said, "You are making a mistake. I have never been to Ranchi." The man laughed and mentioned some incidents that supposedly occurred during Bipin Chowdhury's stay in Ranchi. See, Bipin Chowdhury said that he had never been there in Ranchi. But the man said, "You fell down at the Hadru Falls and cut your right knee. I brought you iodine. I had fixed up a car for you to go to the trip in Netarhat. You were supposed to go the next day, but you didn't go because of the pain in the knee. And someone else you know was also in Ranchi. Your friend Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee also stayed with you in Ranchi," he said. And he said, "You stayed in a bungalow. You didn't like hotel food. And you had a cook preparing meals for you. Your friend Dinesh Mukherjee stayed with his sister. And you had a big argument about the moon landing." See, 1950s and 1960s, those period were the peak of the space race between Russia and America. So the conversations about moon landing was quite natural at that time. And he said, "I will tell you more. You always carried a bag that had your books in it. When you go to sightseeing trips, you will carry that bag. Am I right?" he asked. Now, after hearing so much about himself from a total stranger, Bipin Babu asked the stranger, "Which month in 1958 are you talking about?" For that, Parimal Ghosh said, "October 1958. Bipin Babu replied, "No sir, I spent puja in 1958 with a friend in Kanpur. I am not the man you are looking for." "Goodbye," said Bipin Chowdhury. The man was relentless. He kept talking about Bipin Babu and his stay in Ranchi. He said, "When we had tea together, you spoke about your family. You said you had no children. Your wife died 10 years ago. And also your only brother had died insane. And you refused to go to the mental hospital in Ranchi because of that." Now, Bipin Babu didn't reply for all this. He just paid for his books, and as he was leaving, the man was staring at him in disbelief. Now, with that, we have come to the end of the first part. Let's take a quick glimpse and see where we are in the story. We are introduced to the character Bipin Chowdhury. We learned that he was a loner. He had few friends and he was not a good mixer. And he buys at least 5 books for a week. And he had an encounter with a stranger who introduced himself as Parimal Ghosh. He said he got acquainted to Bipin Babu during his trip to Ranchi in October 1958. But Bipin Chowdhury denies this and said that he was in Kanpur with a friend during October 1958. He says that he had never been to Ranchi. See, Ranchi was in Bihar. Now it is in Jharkhand, and Kanpur, the place where Bipin Chowdhury says that he was in, is in Uttar Pradesh. These are two different states, two different places. But Parimal Ghosh insisted that he knew him and explained all the things that happened in Ranchi, like the visit to the Hadru Falls, his cancelled trip to Netarhat due to his injury at Hadru Falls, his stay in a bungalow, his dislike for hotel food and everything. And he also added some intimate personal details about Bipin Babu, like he stayed with his friend Dinesh Mukherjee, so he knew one of his friends. He had no children. His wife died 10 years ago, and also his brother had died insane in a mental hospital. Now at this juncture, we as readers also get confused whether Bipin Chowdhury had gone to Ranchi at all. Bipin Babu firmly believes that he had never made a trip to Ranchi ever. Now let's put ourselves in the position of the protagonist, Bipin Chowdhury, and continue the story. Part 2. As he was driving by the river Ganga, Bipin Babu thought that he should not have spoken to the intruder for so long. It was such a waste of time. Bipin Chowdhury had an excellent memory. He could not possibly forget such a huge incident in his life that too occurred only 6 or 7 years ago. Now, we know that the year in which the story takes place is either 1964 or 1965. But what if he was wrong? Was he losing his mind? Had he become forgetful? Is he suffering from memory loss? No, Bipin Chowdhury reassured himself that he was perfectly alright because he was working in a big firm and held a responsible higher position. So a forgetful person could not do such a job. Even today, he spoke for half an hour in an important meeting. Yet, the man Parimal Ghosh knew a great deal about him. Those very personal things he mentioned, like his wife's death, brother's mental illness, and so many other things. But the only mistake was the place Ranchi. Bipin had never visited Ranchi and had not seen the man Parimal Ghosh before. But the question lingered in his mind. How a total stranger knew so much about him? Remember, Bipin Chowdhury said that he was in Kanpur in October 1958. He was with a friend, he said. That friend is Haridas Bagchi. So to clarify the doubt, all he had to do was to write a letter to Haridas Bagchi, who is in Kanpur, and ask about it. But unfortunately for Bipin Chowdhury, Haridas Bagchi had left with his wife to Japan for vacation. And Bipin Babu did not know his Japan address. Bipin told himself that there was no need for a proof. He was fully aware of the fact that he had not been to Ranchi. Period. He decided to forget about it, but something seemed to bother him. So he wanted to look at his right knee to see if there was a scar in it. He rolled up his pants and looked at his right knee. And of course, there was a scar in it. But he was not sure about when the injury occurred to him. Was it a recent one or did it occur in his childhood? He was not sure. Whatever it is, Parimal Ghosh was right about the injury in his right knee. And then it struck Bipin's mind that Dinesh Mukherjee was staying with him in Ranchi. The stranger at the bookshop said that Dinesh Mukherjee stayed with him in Ranchi. Now, this is where you may get a little confusion. See, Bipin Chowdhury spent puja in October 1958 with his friend Haridas Bagchi. Now, Haridas Bagchi is not in town. He is in Japan with his wife on a vacation. Now, Dinesh Mukherjee is the other friend of Bipin that Parimal Ghosh mentioned. Dinesh Mukherjee lived near Bipin Chowdhury's place. He lived in Calcutta. Bipin could visit him in his house on the way and clarify about his confusion. But Bipin was afraid to do that because Dinesh Mukherjee was a very sarcastic person. He will mock and tease Bipin Babu if he asks that question to him. So he decided not to ask Dinesh Mukherjee about the trip to Ranchi. And at night after dinner, Bipin began to read one of his new books and forgot all about the stranger at the bookshop. The next day, Bipin Babu could not resist thinking about the previous day's incident. It kept disturbing him all day. Can you really brush off all the things that was said by the stranger Parimal Ghosh? All those personal intimate things? So just before lunch, Bipin Babu called Dinesh Mukherjee to clarify his doubt. He did not want to meet him in person the previous day, but asking about it over phone will not be a problem. And he called Dinesh Mukherjee. He asked Dinesh, were you in Calcutta throughout the year in 1958? See, this is an indirect way of asking if Dinesh Mukherjee had gone away in 1958. Dinesh Mukherjee said, wait, I have to check my diary. And then there was silence. Bipin Chowdhury could feel his heart pumping in his chest and he was sweating in anxiety. Dinesh Mukherjee picked the phone and said, I went out twice in 1958. Once in February for a nephew's marriage near Krishna Nagar, and the second time it was in October. But you should know about it because you were there with me. We both went to Ranchi for a week in October 1958. But why are you asking about this? What's the matter? Said Dinesh Mukherjee. Bipin Chowdhury mumbled, nothing. I just wanted to... Thanks anyway. Bipin Chowdhury slammed the receiver down and felt chillness all over his body. He could not eat his lunch and felt out of sorts. Now just imagine the situation that Bipin Chowdhury was in. First, it was a stranger, Parimal Ghosh, who said that he met him in Ranchi. But now his own friend also saying that Bipin Chowdhury and he both went to Ranchi. But Bipin Chowdhury had no memory of going to Ranchi. With that, we have come to the end of the second part of the story. Now, all this while, the story seemed to hover around the same incident, Bipin Chowdhury's trip to Ranchi. The next two parts will move forward from that incident and progress towards the conclusion. Now, let's see a quick recap of the story. First, Parimal Ghosh, a stranger, told he met Bipin Babu in Ranchi. It was in October 1958. Now, Bipin Babu believes that he was in Kanpur in October 1958. He was with his friend Haridas Bagchi. Now, Bipin could not contact Haridas to sort it out. So, he asked Dinesh Mukherjee and was extremely surprised to hear that he and Dinesh both went to Ranchi as Parimal Ghosh said. Now the story just keeps us guessing and a suspense is at hand for us. Let's begin the next part of the story. Part 3. Bipin Chowdhury had been working in that company for 25 years and he was known for being an efficient, conscientious worker. But today everything has changed. He could not concentrate in his work and decided to go home early. At home, Bipin Babu thought that someone could lose memory if an injury occurred in the head. But how someone could remember everything else but forget about one particular incident, and that also was a fairly recent one and very significant too. See, because Bipin Babu always wanted to go to Ranchi. It was one of his favorite places. If he had really gone there and did all those things, how could he forget about one of his favorite places? Would you forget about a trip to your favorite place ever? No. But evidences suggest that that's what happened to Bipin Babu. At 7:30 in the evening, Bipin Babu's friend Chunilal came to see him. Chunilal is a childhood friend of Bipin Chowdhury. He is jobless now and already asked for Bipin's help for getting a job. Bipin Babu told him that he could not help him, but Chunilal keeps coming back. Bipin told his servant, I can't see Chunilal right now, and tell him not to come back for several weeks. But when the servant went out to give the message, Bipin got an idea of asking Chunilal about the Ranchi trip. Bipin came very fast towards Chunilal. Chunilal hoped that he might get help from Bipin, but Bipin came straight to the point and asked, You have a good memory and I have been a friend for you and we have been friends for a long time. Just recall an incident and tell me, did I go to Ranchi in 1958? Chunilal said, 1958 or was it 1959? Meaning that he was sure about Bipin's trip to Ranchi, but he was not sure about the year. So it confirms that Bipin Babu was in Ranchi. Bipin said, You really know that I went to Ranchi? Chunilal was surprised and said, Of course. Are you saying that you don't remember having gone to Ranchi at all? Now, Bipin Chowdhury must have felt very nervous because Chunilal is the third one to confirm the Ranchi trip in 1958, but he is the only one who don't seem to remember it. Chunilal said, I know old friendships doesn't mean much to you, but at least you had a good memory. Have you really forgot everything about the Ranchi trip? Chunilal continued. See, I am jobless now. But do you remember what my last job was? Bipin Babu said, you worked in a travel agency. We know that travel agencies arrange for train, flight and bus tickets and also arrange for hotels to stay. Chunilal said, you remember that, but you forgot that I was the one who booked your train ticket for the trip to Ranchi and I came to see you off at the railway station. Also, a fan in your compartment was not working and I arranged an electrician to fix that for you. Did you forget all about this? What happened to you? You don't look well, said Chunilal. Bipin Babu finally said, I have been working too hard. I think that must have been the reason. I should consult a doctor about this. And Chunilal left the house without asking about the job because Bipin himself is not well now. And Bipin Babu went to see a doctor named Paresh Chanda and he explained everything to him. He said to the doctor, look, Dr. Chanda, my work and life are very much affected by this. You must cure me of this horrible illness. Dr. Chanda said, I have never seen a case as strange as yours. Frankly, this is quite outside my field of experience. See, Dr. Paresh Chanda is a general doctor, not a psychiatrist. But I can suggest you to do something. It may work, but I am not 100% sure about it. But you can try it nonetheless. Bipin Babu listened to the doctor eagerly. See, now Bipin has become very suggestive. He is not in control of the situation. So he must do what the doctor suggests. Dr. Chanda said, based on the circumstantial evidences, I think you must have visited Ranchi. But you have forgot all about it due to some unknown reasons. And I suggest you to go to Ranchi once again. Because if you see the places for yourself, it might remind you of your trip in 1958. This is possible for you. And I will give you some nerve tonic and tranquilizers to calm you down. Sleep well or else your health will be affected, said Dr. Paresh Chanda. Now, Bipin Babu felt a little better because there was a solution at hand. There was a way of finding out whether he went to Ranchi or not. The next morning, he felt a little better. And he decided to go to Ranchi and got a train ticket for the same evening. He called his office and informed his leave and got ready to travel to Ranchi. And with that, we have come to the end of the third part. The first two parts detail the incident of Ranchi trip and the confusions that Bipin Babu had. The third part added more to Bipin's problems when Chunilal, his childhood friend, also confirmed his visit to Ranchi. It also added more to the suspense of the story. And after consulting Dr. Paresh Chanda, Bipin had a slight relief. He could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now we are nearing the conclusion of the story. This is the final chapter. Will Bipin Chaudhary cleared of his problems? Can we get answer for this puzzling story? Continue watching to find out. Bipin Chaudhary reached Ranchi the next morning, but nothing came to his mind. He took a taxi and drove around for a while. None of the places, the streets, bazaars, hotels, signboards, nothing looked familiar to him. He lost hope, but he remembered Parimal Ghosh said something about an injury at Hadru Falls. And as a last thing, he wanted to go to Hadru Falls, and so he arranged a car and went to Hadru Falls in the same afternoon. At 5 o'clock, two Gujarati men found Bipin Chaudhary lying unconscious near the falls. When they woke him up, Bipin Chaudhary said, "I'm finished. There is no hope left." He could not remember that he had visited Ranchi before. And Bipin Babu came back to Calcutta the next morning, and he thought that everything is gone. Soon I will lose everything. My will to work, confidence, balance of mind, everything will be gone. He feared, am I going to end up in a mental hospital? See, at the beginning I told you about the memory related issues that affect people with memory loss. These are the kind of things that affect someone with memory loss. And he came home and called Dr. Paresh Chanda to come over. And after shower, when he was lying in bed waiting for the doctor, his servant brought him a letter. And he said that someone had left in the letter box. On the envelope it said urgent and confidential. Bipin Babu wanted to read the letter in spite of his condition. So he opened it immediately, and this is what he read. The letter was from Chunilal. Remember Chunilal, the one who is jobless and a childhood friend of Bipin Chaudhary? What he had to say? Let's see. Dear Bipin, I had no idea that money and a high profile job would make you an unsympathetic person. All I asked was your help in finding me a job. You did not care about me and ignored my suffering. I was in a very difficult situation, but you did not help me. So to make you feel my pain, I planned to confuse you and make you think that you are going mad. I don't have money, but I have imagination. Now you will be alright. And I will be alright too, because a novel that I have written is getting published. So that will get money for me. Yours, Chunilal. So what we understand here is that Bipin Chaudhary did not have memory loss. He had never been to Ranchi. It was all a trick played by his friend Chunilal to take revenge on him. And how he managed to do it? There was no explanation in the book, but let me give you my version of or my interpretation of the plan that Chunilal made. First, he arranged a strange man to confuse Bipin Chaudhary, and all the personal details were given to the strange man Parimal Ghosh by Chunilal. And second, he must have known that Haridas Bagchi was in Japan. So the timing was perfect. Then he must have convinced Dinesh Mukherjee to tell that he went with Bipin to Ranchi. He made him an accomplice. And finally, when Bipin asked about the trip to Chunilal himself, he confused him even more by saying that he booked ticket and arranged an electrician to fix the fan in the train. So now Bipin Chowdhury must have felt relieved that he was not mad after all. And when Dr. Paresh Chanda came to his house, Bipin Chowdhury did not want to embarrass himself by revealing that his own friend made a fool out of him. So he lied to the doctor. He said that he remembered all about the previous trip once he got to Ranchi, like the doctor suggested. Dr. Chanda said, a unique case. I shall certainly write about it in a medical journal. And the story ends in a funny note. Bipin Babu said to Dr. Chanda, the reason I called you was that I have a pain in my hip from a fall I had in Ranchi. Can you please give me some painkillers? He just outright lied to the doctor that he remembered everything once he got to Ranchi. So here you won't get any message from the story, but it was suspenseful and thrilling right till the end, wasn't it? But we can reflect on ourselves by analyzing the characters. You can ask yourself what kind of a friend I am. Am I a kind and helpful friend, or am I an ignorant, unsympathetic friend like Bipin Chowdhury? Now with that thought, we have come to the end of this week's video lecture. I thank you all for watching. Have a nice day. Thank you, children.